The Tripybara presents Calamity. Content warning, horror themes and images, descriptions of violence, depiction of injury, supernatural horror themes, and disturbing images. You might want to skip if horror stories aren't your thing. Private Weir had been deployed to the dense Borneo jungle in March 1943. His mission was to set up landmines to prevent the enemy from advancing into his division's territory. As he carefully placed the explosives, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. Moving softly through the shadows under the jungle canopy, he saw the ghosts of men who had recently been killed in the murderous face-to-face combat of the jungle. Their faces contorted in pain and anger, haunting him as he went about his task. Private Weir tried to ignore the apparitions, but they persisted, appearing at every turn. As he made his way back to his unit, Private Weir fell to the ground writhing in pain. The ghosts of his dead comrades and enemies looked down at him as he struggled to find a way back to his feet. They were not angry or vengeful, but rather, they looked at him with blank eyes full of emptiness and sorrow. As Private Weir lay there, he looked down at his feet and saw their mangled remains, bleeding into the wet mud of the jungle floor. His ears were still ringing, as the realization of his careless mistake overwhelmed him in an instant. He looked for help but only found the ghostly faces surrounding him as they began to distort. Their eyes glowed with an otherworldly light. They started to whisper in a language he couldn't understand, and their voices grew louder and louder until they were screaming. In a panic, Private Weir tried to crawl away, but the ghosts came closer, their screams piercing his ears. He realized in a moment what it felt like to be a helpless creature trapped by an overpowering predator. Like a mouse before a cat, or a seal before the jaws of an orca. With a final scream, the ghosts dragged Private Weir down into the depths of hell, his body disappearing into the earth beneath him. His soul was doomed to join the other ghosts, haunting the dense jungle. But his worst torment was yet to come. For the landmines he set up never killed or wounded a single soldier, and so they rested on the jungle floor in silence for decades. Until the day the children came to play. For more horror shorts, find me, the Tripybara, on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you enjoyed today's video, please consider buying me a coffee. Squeak squeak.